this is number line under real number system. You see, traditionally what we know is that this is less than or equal to, this is greater than or equal to, this is less than, and this is greater than. I've been teaching this thing for some time now. I know students normally make mistake when they come to a representations of the numbers on the number line using these inequalities. Is that okay? So is it we need to update the system. So what I came up is that don't go according to the traditional way of reading this thing. The reason why I'm saying this thing is from experience. Is that okay? From experience. So what I think is that when you are reading this thing, you should read it from the pointed or the wider space over here, right? So this is what I mean by the pointed side. So this side here. Is that okay? This side, and then this one. Is that okay? So when you are reading from this side, when you are reading from the pointed side, so that is less than. So here, what this thing means is that -1 is less than or equal to x, right? If I want to read from the other way around, reading from this side to the other side, you see the wider space over here. The wider side is greater than, so x is greater than or equal to what? -1. Is that okay? So reading from this side is well, -1 is less than the pointed side, less than or equal to x. So when I'm reading from the other side here is x is what? Greater than or equal to what? -1. So let's look at the reason why I'm saying this by solving some questions under this. Is that okay? So let's solve some past questions under this. Now here's the question. The first question says that this is the inequality. Which of the let me see that clearly. So which of the following is illustrated on the number line? Is that okay? Which of the following is illustrated on the number? So that's the number line that we are having here. That we are required to write the inequality. Is that okay? These are the options that we have, right? These are the options. So I have option A, B, and then C. Or you may consider pausing the video and then try your answer and come back and check the solution. Is that okay? Of course, the book that I'm using is A+ series, right? One of the great mathematicians in Ghana. Is that okay? So credit to A+ series. Now let's check the solution. So what I do is that, you see, I always start with this the first number. What I mean by the first number or the starting point here is that is the circle part, right? The small circle part. So let's look at this one. So here's the small circle part. Can you see that? So this will be my starting point. Is that okay? This will be my what? Starting point. Okay, so which number is that? Always write the number down. So I'm having a -1 there. So that is my -1 here. Nicely. I know that the next one will be the x, right? Any variable. So let me bring the x over here. Is that okay? Now it is your duty to put in the inequality or the operation in between the two. Let's say the two numbers over. So that's -1 and the x. You see, when you start from this side, always this circle will be what? Your starting point. Is that okay? Now it's up to you to decide whether it will be equal to, greater than or equal to, or less than equal to. So when the circle is being shaded, that is where you have the greater than or equal to, or less than or equal to. Now you need to decide when you start from this side, which side are you going? Are you going to the left hand side or you are going to the right hand side? So when you check this, you can see that we are moving to the left hand side. So if you are moving to the left hand side, it means that the numbers are what? Less than what? -1. Is that okay? It means that what? The numbers are less than -1. So when you move to the right hand side, it means that the numbers are greater than what? -1. Depending on the starting point. So the tips here is that first choose the starting point, which is the circle part, right? So write that number down and decide which side are you going. Are you going to the left hand side or you are moving to the right hand side? So if you are moving to the left hand side, it means that the numbers are what? Less than. Then if you are moving to the right hand side, the numbers are what? Greater than that particular number over there. So in this case, it is what? -1. So let's check. Are we moving to the left hand side? Yes, of course, we are moving to the left hand side. So this tells us that the numbers are what? Less than -1. So the numbers, is that okay? So the numbers are what we are calling the x over here. So x is what? Less than -1. So look at something. This is what we call less than. minus 1, because we are reading from the pointer side. Does that make sense? We are reading from the pointer side. Now you decide to ask yourself whether it's minus 1 part. So that one comes from this portion. So if suppose this side has been shaded, then minus 1 is part. If it is not shaded, then that particular number there is not part. Is that okay? So you are moving up. So I think everything is moving for you. You need to develop a new strategy of what answering mathematics question, of course. So maybe I can rewrite this one to be x is less than what minus 1. I will say that they are the same thing. Is that okay? So that is for the first one. Then let's check the second part. The second part also is, of course, the starting point. You can see that the starting point is 2. Is that okay? I'm having my 2 down, and then let me write my, so this is my 2 here, and then let me write my x somewhere here. So you ask yourself, which side are you going? Which side are you going? So when you start from when you start from 2, then are you going to the right hand side or the left hand side? Of course, you are moving to the right hand side. So this one tells me that the numbers are greater than what? 2. Is that okay? The numbers are greater than 2. And then the third question is that is 2 parts? Yes, the 2 has to be part if the circle has been shaded. Of course, as you can see there, this circle has been shaded, so 2 is part. That is where the equal sign comes in. Is that okay? So moving to the right hand side means that the numbers are greater than or equal to 2. That equal comes in when you shade the part. So the numbers, what are the numbers? X is our number. So x is greater than, so I'm reading from this side, greater than what? Equal to 2. Can you see that? So reading from this side, this is the missing numbers. This is what we are looking for. So x is what? Greater than or equal to 2. So I can rewrite this one to be x is greater than or equal to 2. Can you see? So when I'm reading from this hand side, it means that 2 is what? Less than or equal to what? X. Is that okay? So 2 is less than or equal to. So these are the two operations that we have. We are having that and that. So from this question, that is x is less than or less than minus 1, or x is greater than what? Equal to 2. So let's check the options available over here. So these are options that we have over here. So let me see which one qualify. Yeah, of course, that is what A. Is that okay? So x is less than minus 1, or x is greater than or equal to 2. Alright, perfect. So here comes another question. That's which of the set below is represented on the number line? Is that okay? So this is just similar to the question that I just solved. So I think you should try this thing and leave your answer in the comment section. Is that okay? So one thing first. So you write a starting point down for the first one, which is the minus 3 over here. Then you ask yourself, are you moving to the left or to the right? If you are going to the left, then the numbers are less than. Then if you are going to the right, the numbers are greater than. Is that okay? Then the third one is whether it's equal to or it's not equal to. It is equal to when the circle is being shaded. It is not equal to when the circle is not shaded. So you should use that scenario and answer that question. Leave the comment in the comment section below. Is that okay? Now, of course, the first person that gets the answer correct will have a name in our next video, right? So now let's look at the third question that I'm having here. So they say, which of the following is an illustration of the inequality? This is how I read this thing. I read from the missing numbers, right? What do I mean by the missing numbers? So the x, have you seen? This is what I make a disclaimer at the beginning of this video that says that you should learn the new way of reading this thing, right? You should learn a new way of reading this one that says that. So x is what? You cannot say x is less than or equal to 5. Can you see? It is not possible. When you say that, you find it difficult to draw your normal line, right? So rather x is what? Greater than or equal to minus 5, right? So when I'm reading from this side, that would be what? Minus 5 is less than or equal to what? X. Is that okay? This is what I came up based on the difficulties of what some of the students I taught. Now let's see. So we are going to illustrate this thing for the first time. So let's check that. So the first part says that x is what? greater than, of course, these are the two numbers that are involved. Now we're having a -5 and then 0. Is that okay? These are the two numbers that are involved. So you begin to ask yourself. The first part says that x is what? Greater than or equal to -5. So we are here, we are starting with the first number. Are we shading or we are not shading? We are shading because it's greater than or equal to. Have you see that? So we are shading this part. Which side are we moving? Are we moving to the right hand side or we are moving to the left side? They say greater than. Remember I said earlier on that when you are moving to the left hand side, that should be what? Less than or equal to something. When you are moving to the right hand side, that should be greater than. So the numbers are greater than or equal to, so we are moving to the right hand side. Is that okay? So where are we going to end? So we are going to end at the second number. So that should be what? Our 0 over here. So 0. Are we shading or we are not shading? That is the point. Are we shading? As you can see, it doesn't contain an equal sign. So we will leave it as it is. Then we end on that point. Right? We end over there. Is that okay? So always write the two numbers that are involving in what? Double inequalities. And then start asking yourself those questions. So let's check that. So which one corresponds to our answer? Which one corresponds to our answer? So that should be D, right? Yeah. So that should be D. Can you see that? That should be D. Because when you start from this point, then we are moving to what? The right hand side, which is what? Greater than or equal to. When you start from 0, right? When you start from 0, it means that you are reading from 0. It means that 0 is greater than x. So this is what we are missing, right? This is what we are missing. So we are going to look for the middle number, which is the x. So x is what? Less than 0, right? Anything below on the left hand side of the 0 is what? Less than 0. Okay. So here's another question that says that which of the following set is illustrated on the number line below? Is that okay? So that's the number line that we are having there. So what I do is that you know the starting point. You see, this is one starting point here. This is also another starting point over here. So which numbers are involved? I'm having -3 and 2. Is that okay? Always write the numbers down. So this is what I'm doing. I'm having a -2 and then what? -3 and 2. I know that x is something that we normally use. Is that it can be any variable. So this is how I write it. Then you come up with what? The definition and check which one is the less than, which one is greater than, which one, and so on with those inequalities. So the questions comes in when you start from -3. So let's check that. When you start from -3, are you moving to the left of the -3 or to the right? Right? If you are moving to the left or to the right, what does that mean? So when I'm moving to the left, it means that the numbers are what? Less than. So when I'm moving to the right, it means that the numbers are greater than. Is that okay? So as you can see the line over here, the line is going to the right hand side of what? The -3. So the numbers are greater than. What are the numbers? X. Is that okay? So x are the numbers. So this will be the inequality. So as I say now, let's say x are the numbers. So you are going to say x is greater than. So you write something. No, you don't do that. So what it means that the numbers are what? Greater than. So like this. Is that okay? Obviously reading from the open space over here, the wider space of the inequality, greater than. The numbers are greater than -3. That's what we saw on the number line. So is it greater than or equal to? So that question comes in when you have a shaded circle over here. So of course this side we are shading it. So it means that 3 is also part. So you bring what? The inequality, the equal sign as part of what? Your inequality. Now let's read from the second number. So the second number here is what? Is we are having 2, right? 2 is the starting point. So 2, are we going to the left hand side of the 2 or the right hand side of the 2? If you are going to the right hand side, it means that the numbers are greater than 2. But if you are going to the left hand side of the number, it means that the numbers are what? Less than 2. Is that okay? Of course, as you can see this line, the line is moving to the left hand side of 2. Tells you that the numbers are less than what? Less than 2. Is that okay? What are the numbers? X are the numbers. So x is what? Less than 2. This is how you should write it. x is what? Less than 2. Is that okay? So I'm reading from the x. So it means that from the pointer side, I'm having x to be what? Less than 2. So when I'm reading from, there's no need for you to even worry yourself and read it from the right hand side, so far as you're able to identify your inequality. So the third one is that you ask yourself, is 2 parts? 2 will be part if this circle is being shaded. Then if you are not shaded, then you leave it open like that. Is that okay? Alright, so if you have enjoyed this video so far, or you gain some value from this video, don't forget to like our video, subscribe to the channel, and then share. Alright, thank you.